Circuit.
Welcome to another episode of the Unicorn Circuit, your weekly dose of Fanking, car news, conspiracies, eat bags. We are in our all-new set.
Crap cars as well today.
Crap cars.
Best crap car. Crap
Even
best
a crap bike
car.
that's not that
We're in our
crap.
new set. Yeah, it's pretty comfy.
It's pretty good. Thank you to the normally 38 people, only 28 people watched our puppet special last time.
It was a bit rude.
Which you can check out here. Look, it was just something that was a bit of a fun thing to do. They may be popping their heads up again. We've got some big news. Before we jump into that, you may have seen on the interballs by now that we have an all-new workshop the making of called Super Garage, and you can check out the new website for Super Garage at supergarage.com.au. Normally you've got to wait till the end for it. Now you're getting it early. If you go to supergarage.com.au and enter the code word unicorn, you will get 10% off, and you will be some of the first people in the world to get yourself some of the mad Super
Brand
Garage
new primo
t-shirts.
shirts. They look so good. We're going to jump straight into the news, people, because it's a newsy kind of day. We're going to get it on right now. Welcome to the news, everybody. This is where we do newsy stuff. I'm starting because it's everyone's feeling it. Petrol prices, they've gone absolutely nuts. There was rumours saying that petrol prices in Australia could get as high as $3 a litre.
Yep.
But then the petrol, like whoever the agency that controls petrol prices, like not going to happen, everyone. Just calm down.
It's not going to affect anybody with an electric car.
It's only going to get to $2, the high $2 apparently, and the peak that we've seen at the moment in Australia is $2.18 a litre. In Australia, we do it per litre, not per gallon, because we don't have no gallons here. But that's what they're saying it's going to get to. There's also a bit of a lag in the timing of petrol prices, because oil prices go up and down with whatever's going on in the world, including wars. And at the moment, there's a bit of a lag, so we're still just in this sort of like hitting the 2 litre mark. But I mean, I don't know if you've seen it, but lines up everywhere. As soon as a servo's like 10 or 20 cents less per litre, you'll just see a line that's a kilometre long at the moment. People
And
trying
quite
to fill
often
up.
what we're seeing in Sydney is people will drive across Sydney using fuel to get to a place to save money on fuel. And I don't know if they're actually saving money on fuel or if it's just kind of more a psychological thing of going, I don't want to get ripped at my local place, so I'll spend $20 worth of fuel to drive somewhere else to save $10.
Yeah, it's a mentality, I think, of just wanting to win.
Now, in Mighty Car Mods news, Martin and I recently went down to Super Cheap Auto to fit out our new workshop, and you can check out that video right here. Super Cheap Auto sponsored that video and, of course, said to us, hey, grab the stuff you need. And we're like, while we are there, we're going to buy some stuff for some other people as well for Make It Super. So we hooked some people up, so you can check that out over there. What is happening with Super Garage? We are in the process of setting that place up. There will be fairly regular videos going out on the main Mighty Car Mods channel, the other show that we make, where you can see that getting set up. And then soon, we'll finally be able to get in there and start working.
Got a couple of projects to finish. Also, people might be asking, why was fuel so cheap in 2020? No one was going anywhere. No one was flying. There's no demand, therefore there's lots of supply, therefore the price went down. Now it's the other way around. Everyone's going back to work, everyone's trying to fly around, so all that stuff is now worth money, which is why the price has gone up.
Martin, in other news, I've got a great segue. I've got a really good one, mate.
You got a Segway, I've got a scooter. I don't rate the Segways. I find them kind of difficult to ride, don't you think?
In other news, some of you may recognise that. Who knows what that is?
It's like a wedge.
Who knows what it is? Do you know what that is, Martin?
Yeah.
What is it?
A PlayStation.
No, it's not.
Okay.
No, it's not.
An Xbox.
Do you know? No, it's not that either. Try again.
It's an electric car.
Yes, Martin, it's an electric car because Sony, along with Honda, they're making an electric car. Now, maybe they've already made it. Maybe it's already hidden in Area 52 somewhere. I don't know what kind of conspiracies are going on, but it's possible that the first customers of Sony's new electric car, they're going to be getting their cars in 2025. That is not that far away.
Yeah.
What can we expect? Apparently, you drive it with a PlayStation controller.
You made that up.
I made that up.
You made that up
completely.
completely.
Did make that up.
There's also a theory, by the way, that people who were Sega people are now PlayStation people and Nintendo
That's
people
true.
are Xbox people.
That's totally true.
It is.
That is absolutely
So
true because
there was Sony weirdos and Xbox legends.
you had a Nintendo, right?
Yeah.
And do you have an Xbox?
No. I did, but then it
Yes, you did.
It wouldn't do 4K very well, so I got given a PlayStation.
Yeah,
4.
reluctantly.
A PlayStation
But you're
4.
Xbox and Nintendo, and I'm Sega and PlayStation because some people are shit.
Not me.
Neither of us are. The people that are the people that.
Speaking of electronics, rain fingers, Volvo's trying wireless charging. Why is that cool? Because a lot of people say, I don't want an electric car because plugging in a cable's too inconvenient and I'm too busy to plug in a cable.
It's pretty inconvenient.
Or Well, you've got to plug in a Bowser in your car. That's inconvenient also. Anyway, so Volvo and a few other companies are actually trialling wireless charging. It makes total sense. Just like you get your phone, you put on a charging pad, bing, and it charges.
Installs in your garage floor.
Bing, garage floor. At the moment, they're more like a public thing, and it makes sense. It's all wireless, so you drive over a pad, you use a 360 cam to position it in the right spot. Then it automatically interfaces with whatever banking or system you want to pay for it, and then it starts charging. And the charging rate has been up to about, so far, 50 kilowatts. Now, what does 50 kilowatts means? It's basically the flow rate of how quickly that petrol can get into your car. It's the size of the nozzle. If you've got a 100 kilowatt battery, which is pretty standard on like a Tesla type thing.
2 hours.
Yeah, 2 hours, 50 kilowatts. It's not exactly that, but it's close. And how far would that get you in an economical thing, which is probably what Volvo is going to come up with? 500, 600, 700 Ks,
wow,
possibly.
That's pretty impressive.
In a Tesla where you're going fast and you're burning 300 kilowatts when you press the pedal, not as much. But the technology it's just going to reduce that friction, I think, where you just go to the shops and you just pull into a car park and you just walk away and bing, your thing starts showing. When you get back, it's 50% more charge than when you left. That, I think, is going to be what's going to change. But a lot of infrastructure has to go in. Why they're trialling it, I don't know. Maybe so people don't get magnetised to the floor if it accidentally turns on. Who knows? Safety issues. But Renault's
people
been
with
doing
pacemakers and stuff, that could be like problematic.
Yeah,
if you're like
that's exactly
walking
right.
over things.
Hyundai's been trialling it. Renault's been trying it, and yeah, it looks like it could be a good thing.
Now, not only is that technology getting crazy, there's two other kinds of technology that, of course, are related to electric cars that people have started talking about. One of them is actually doing contactless charging on the road. So we're talking, look, this is conceptual at the moment, but we're talking about specific parts of the road, or in some cases, all of a particular road that you go on, that you're going down the highway here and, you need some fuel. You take an exit off, you do a loop around. While you're looping, that whole piece of road there is wirelessly charging your car. You get back on the highway and keep going again. And the other one, of course, is actually true wireless charging, which is wireless like Wi-Fi, like in the air, which means that your phone is in your pocket and while you're at a particular shopping centre or at a place, it's actually charging. If that technology actually comes to being, they can make that work for cars, that will be absolutely game-changing. People think it sounds crazy. I still think it's crazy that you can get a CB radio, which is kind of vintage technology, and press a button and go, hey, dickhead, and someone else will go, mate. You know, like, I reckon that's amazing still.
They almost always say that too, don't they? It's
do.
like guaranteed. It's like CB radio bingo.
Yes.
Hey, mate, get
exactly.
Pretty much every single time. Speaking of driving off other roads and also charging on the road, self-driving, people, it's just not there yet. But again, Elon and Tesla and that have been talking about it, and they're saying that phantom traffic jams can be a thing of the past. Now, what's a phantom traffic jam? Do you know what a phantom traffic jam is?
No, I don't.
It's not a real.
I hope it's not on its way to the opera.
It's not a real traffic jam. In other words, you stop in traffic, you're wondering what's going on, it takes you ages to get somewhere, and then you drive past, nothing's happened.
That weird concertinary thing where there's nothing going on.
Exactly. So it's phantom traffic jams. The theory is it's just basically from poor driving habits. So someone's in the right or left lane, depending what country, and going slow, going stubbing, not concentrating. People are tailgating each other, they're braking. It's just the dynamics of drivers together and what it basically causes. Self-driving potentially could fix this, but on the other side, self-driving, you're also going to have a lot more people on the road. You're going to have
a
more
bunch of people who are trying to sell us autonomous cars are going to tell us that cars are better than humans, is what they're basically saying, that cars can do it better, which will take us into our conspiracy soon. But anyway, sorry, continue.
In theory, good self-driving, yes, technically you're not going to have phantom traffic jams because the human factor's been taken out. So that's a 100 zone, there's nothing in the way. Everyone goes 100 to the letter with a fixed distance. No one's looking down and spilling their coffee or having a kid crying or whatever it is that means that they start driving erratically. But the flip side, more people on the road because more self-driving, more people that couldn't otherwise drive, and also the annoying factor of driving will be taken out of the equation. So traffic jams suck. You might avoid going on a certain road at a certain time to avoid traffic jams. Guess what? Self-driving, you don't care. You're going to be scrolling snap, flick, face, balls, whatever it is that you're doing, and you're going to be having a sleep or you're going to be watching telly or whatever. You're not going to care so much if it does take 40 minutes versus 25 minutes.
I think that's the important point as well, because it's going to completely revolutionise the idea of what we think an interior of a car is, because currently a car is set up so that a pilot can sit there, access all of these different things, control things. Once that's not the case anymore, you're going to have kind of two bench seats facing each other with a table. I think it's going to become more kind of like what you would see with like really classy trains and stuff like that. You're going to have fridges. It's going to be way more entertainment based. And then you're also going to have the equivalents of Ubers or those kinds of things, where I think there's going to be services offered in cars. I'm talking adult services amongst other things. I really am. It's like go from here to Gosford and get a foot rub on the way there. Do you know what I mean? And you pay extra for that. Now, I'm saying that to be funny, but also it might be financial services. It could be a clairvoyant. I don't know. Here's my prediction, that when cars become autonomous, you're going to get into a taxi, and that taxi will offer you a service beyond the transport. That's what I think.
You could do clairvoyance and foot rubs and call it crystal balls. On the side of your self-driving thing.
What
Crystal Ball's
self-driving
foot
cars
services.
won't be doing, they won't be changing gears, people, in the traditional way of manual, because manuals are dead. There are still a number of cars that you can get, some of them boring, Amaroks, Hiluxes, things like that. There's obviously GR Yaris. In North America, Golf R, you can get manual, whereas in Europe and Australia, it's DSG. But when it actually comes to numbers, what are those numbers? I think back, maybe 5 years ago, certainly if you look at Toyota's numbers for Corolla, 7 or 8% of those cars were manual. Now, 1.5%. So it's going down, because if you're like a young person who've never driven before, it's like, I think it's only older parents who want their kids to drive stick. But if you're young, you just need to go to the beach. People don't care. Like, you can't assume the car enthusiast mentality of doing track days is relevant to everyone, because it's not.
No. And it's the slow march of technology. Why? Because autos also used to suck. I mean, autos were on big, heavy, high-powered cars because they could take more abuse, basically. And then you've got this sort of in between, like this BMW DCT type thing, where it's actually, like a manualised auto, whatever it is. That means it can also take big power, and also you don't have to change gears.
And then you've just got Subaru's one, which, look, I don't know a lot about, but has given it a really bad name because everybody hates it. You talk to anybody about that Subaru, like, what's it called? The Triborg?
Oh, the CVT.
Yeah, but in a Lavorg, and people, you ask anyone what's it like, they just say it's shit.
Yeah, and
have you ever heard someone say that they like it? That's good?
Some people do like it, and I have heard the odd person say, oh, but it's really good and it's really smooth.
Out of how many people, though?
Oh, yeah, like not many. And I mean, maybe that's right, but your average Joe who's not in a high-powered one doesn't care. They don't even know that it's a CVT. They get in it and good D and just go, and good on them. But it comes back to my favourite topic at the moment, which is that whole driving feel thing. It doesn't have the same feel.
Yeah.
I don't like EVs because they don't feel the same. And I don't like motor, but they don't feel the same. A 3-cylinder motor and a 4, they don't feel. It's a feel. Good on you if you think it feels the same or not. But just writing it off completely because you don't like the feel of it, I don't know about that. Writing off a whole segment of cars.
Last bit of news, because this one's interesting. So in Australia, we have something called the Australasian New Car Assessment Program, which is called NCAP. It's used to kind of determine the safety of cars with a bunch of different things. They work out to see how many stars it's going to get out of 5, crash test them, do different things, check out all of their different autonomous and safety stuff. Now, it turns out that there's an expiry date on those NCAP ratings. I believe that it's going to be 6 years from now. What that means is that some cars are going to be left in a limbo. So generally, the life cycle of cars means that new models can come out. So Mark 7 Golf's about to be replaced by Mark 8, or it already has been. You can get Mark 8 Golfs here already. So whatever the rating was for the Mark 8 is now going to supersede what there was for the Mark 7 to the 6 to the 5 to the 4, on and on it goes. Some cars, though, particularly like the Nissan Navara as an example, its NCAP safety rating is actually going to expire, but a new model is not due for a couple of years, which means that it's going to be NCAP less for a couple of years.
So this is the D23 or something, right? The one that basically, the guts of it hasn't changed for a long time.
Yeah,
it might have changed the motor, but the actual chassis is still an N300 or a D23. I don't know, Navara nerds will know what I'm talking about.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but I think what's interesting is that people, and I think the problem is that you can get a car that was made in the year 2000 that has a 5-star safety rating and go, it's got a 5-star, but you've got to remember it's only 5-star based on what technology was available at the time. Because if you got Super Gramps 5 stars
when it came out,
it wouldn't get 5 stars now, would it?
6 airbags, but what it didn't have is all the smarts. That's what also has changed as well. As now they'll go, your safety rating will get pumped up because it's got radar crash avoidance and that sort of stuff.
Lane keeping, all of that stuff.
Which also comes back to the manual thing. Some of the cars with manuals, it's harder to do that kind of autonomous braking because you could be in first, foot to the floor, and it's trying to brake. It's not going to get through it if you're flat on 20 pounds of boost. But on an auto, it just goes, nah, you're out. Yeah. You're not happening.
So anyway, that is the news, people. Next up, let's dive right into, is that even legal? This week on Is That Even Legal, we're going to Switzerland. I love Switzerland. I've been there a couple of times. I was there in 2019. Absolutely loved it. Great cars, great people, great food. I made some chocolate. I went to a chocolate factory and I made chocolate. It was excellent. Now, one of the things that I liked to do when I was there, I like to climb a mountain. Do you like climbing mountains, Martin?
The hills are alive in those mountains.
They sure
are.
are.
That was Austria. Was that Austria?
Yeah, that was Austria.
Anyway, do I like climbing mountains? Yeah.
Yes,
we did that in America.
Yep. Martin, I'm going to confess something here.
Yep.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't. No, you know what? I did I didn't bushwalk naked. I did once. I did. Look, you know what?
The answer to the question nobody asked.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
No, you didn't. Good. That's on record. You did not bushwalk naked in Switzerland in the Alps.
No. And it's lucky that I didn't,
Because it's illegal?
Because it's illegal.
No.
It is illegal to bushwalk naked. Now, I assumed it was illegal to bushwalk naked kind of everywhere unless you were in a naked bushwalking area. And it wasn't me that got fined, but someone in 2011 did get fined
No way.
$100 for showing their butt while doing a walk in the Swiss Alps.
I have a question.
Okay, Martin.
Say, for example, the day before you went on your walk
Yes.
and you visited a waxing clinic, is it still count as bushwalking?
Oh.
Or is it
Dude, you can't say that word.
We beeped it, doesn't matter.
No, you can't say that.
But we
That
beeped
doesn't-
it.
But that has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
It has everything to do with it.
I thought that word was when the thing mixes with the thing and
No.
what it makes afterwards.
It's not what it means.
Yeah, and bubbles out.
No, it means...
Yes, it does. That is
What's next? Next
Dude,
up is...
Okay, so no,
don't Google
Martin, can
it.
you just
Oh, my
talk?
God.
I'm going to Google it because
Don't.
I want to see.
Don't.
Can you just keep talking,
I
Martin?
can't
Keep talking about bushwalking,
I'm not going to
please.
talk about bushwalks. At that time, we bushwalked in America. It wasn't really bush, though. It was kind of like the desert, right? Because we were in the... See? A dork or pathetic person. There you go. No bush. That's what it means. It means no bush. It means if you...
It doesn't. Not in Australia.
So
it
it's
doesn't.
called...
No, don't say any
It
of that.
is.
We even need to cover your mouth because some people are hearing impaired and they lip reading. We're not saying any of that. It's not true. None of what you...
Time to move
If you're
on,
in
people.
Switzerland, consider wearing clothes. I have never walked
Consider
naked
getting waxed.
anywhere. I did a nudie run.
Did
And
you?
that was in Japan, and it was in a city. It wasn't even close.
Why are we still
I
talking
went to
about
7-Eleven.
this?
I bought some chips.
It's next up is mycrapcar. MyCrapcar is a delightful section of the Unicorn Circuit where you guys show us your crap cars. One of my favourite sections.
Gee, you've got some crap cars.
Gee, there's some excellent crap cars. And what I love is, just because the car's crap and you think it's crap and everyone else thinks it's crap...
Doesn't mean we're not going to celebrate it.
We're going to celebrate it. Doesn't take away from how useful it is. And this is a perfect example. This is Chris from Atlanta, and he's got a 1989 Volkswagen Jetta. It's red. It's crap. Just check this out.
All right, hello Unicorn Circuit. My name's Chris. I'm here with my crap car, probably not going to go out on the town today, but wanted to introduce you to my 89 Jetta. It is a coupe, a little uncommon here in the States. So, bought this back in 08 as a beater, as just something to learn how to drive stick on. But it is quite evolved from that. It has seen 3 different motors, quite a bit of blood, sweat, and tears poured into this thing. 2-liter ABA out of Mark III Jetta. We got this fancy edition here, though. The New Speed Supercharger kit, also from a Mark III, or for Mark III. Dual adjustable coilovers. As you can see, had to have a dash in for some regulatory reasons for my class, but there's nothing actually. There's no ducts. There's some vents, but you know, whatever. Another little spicy detail. Got a hobby antique vehicle for my track car. Give it a couple of revs here. But that is it. So go ahead and shut her off. Hope you enjoyed, and look forward to seeing what the 38 viewers say. Y'all have a great one.
So cool, man.
Unreal.
No dash. I love it that you put a dash in the car just because the regulation said you have to have a dash, and just before that you didn't have anything. No speedo, no nothing.
Thank you very much for sending us a video of your car. And if you want to see your crap car on this show and celebrate it and become
Celebrate it with
famous
us.
on the internet to at least 38 people, you can send it to mycrapcar@theunicorncircuit.com. I think that email's right. If it's not, it's flashing down below. Anyway, you can check that out. Next up, Martin, we're
diving deep.
Martin.
It's time to...
Yep. I'll squeeze the tip. Hold on. Go again. Blip. There we go. We're going deep into Conspiracy Hat Cat. This week in Conspiracy Hat Cat, we are diving into a long-running conspiracy, which is a pseudo-psychological, social,
This is the biggest
political
alleged conspiracy of all
problem,
time. Complete
issue,
alleged.
conversation.
Emphasis on allegedly.
Of, I guess, what would
have
be
no-
one of the biggest
we-
entertainment companies in the world.
Don't
And
know.
let me just tell you now that this
Don't
is...
name them.
They're... Oh. Okay, it's an animation
That's all. It's
that's
not
called
animated.
Automobiles.
Okay, good.
Pixar's cars. So, let's dive deep on this conspiracy. Somebody has noted that in the imaginary world of Pixar cars, the cars have personalities. You know, like
Yeah.
one of them's like a stoner guy. So, and he's
Yeah.
like, and so people have started saying, are these cars smoking bongs? Like,
right.
why is he stoned? And then another guy's a pope. It's like a pope-mobile. So do the cars have a religion?
There's a
like, what is it?
pope-mobile? Is
Yeah,
there?
there is apparently. I haven't,
okay.
you know, I haven't seen it. I'll be honest, I haven't seen it. But what I have seen is that the cars in Pixar's cars, drum roll please, they've got door handles.
Why do they have door handles?
Why do they have door handles if
Why?
there's no humans anymore? Why are they? Who is opening the doors?
Why do they have door handles?
Why do
need
they
them?
have door handles?
Okay, is this where it kicks off into the conspiracy? About why?
Martin.
Okay, go.
Cars is not a fictional animation. It is a documentary about the future. The cars, in some kind of matrix way, have taken on the personas of their original owners, which are now bundled up inside them.
It's like eating them, consuming
With
them.
like a
the Matrix.
rectal thing and whatever
And a-
connected, and the person is still in there. And the people who are running the world, the lizard people, the door handles are there so they can open the doors and service not the cars, but service the people. Cover them in this kind of goo so they don't get too hot. They're getting fed this weird down their throat, and they're going around
Oh, and their
in a
optic
kind of
nerves are
Truman
connected
Show
to the
thing,
windscreen where
are
they've got the
connected
big
to
eyes.
the car. That's right. So the film is actually a warning as
creepy.
to not letting automation take
Don't
over
drive
our
your
lives
car
too
too
much,
much.
because
Is that
it
what it
is
says?
the end of it. Now, some people have even started trying to work out timelines, and it looks like Pixar cars came out after WALL-E. So WALL-E is a robot.
No, Wally was... Are you sure?
Yes, it's because the world has all the fat people in the WALL-E spaceship
Right.
are so big and fat. I know you because they're sitting on those chairs. They come back down, and this is like thousands of years in the future now.
Yep.
Anyway, that is what's... And so as such, just be careful about how much information you give your car. When you start getting in your car and you go, hey car, take me to whatever, and putting it, the car's logging all of it because it's going to take your personality away, and eventually it will lock you in there. It will eject a thing into your butt, and you will be stuck in there forever.
So don't sit on the seat is the moral of the story.
Never.
Don't sit on the
You
seat.
sit on a steel pad.
Get a steel plate, 6mm aluminium at a minimum plate on your seat. That prevents any projectile.
Yeah.
We own you.
Martin,
Is that what we mean?
Yes.
Did you know that in those movies as well, there's always like hints about the next movie?
is there?
Yeah, always.
Well, they're not hints, Martin, because they're looking back.
Oh no.
Because those films are
in
already
the
in the
time,
future.
space, fabric continuum.
Martin, while we're on it, I've got a bonus one for you,
Do you?
okay? I've got a bonus one.
Yep.
Because while diving down this rabbit hole, I found another one.
Okay.
I found some more. Now, this one here, there's a show, again, I've not seen it, but I had a quick look. It's called Pepper Dog, about a dog. It's a creature that's Peppa Pig, sorry, Pepper the Pig. And Pepper the Pig is a pig that can talk. Cool, whatever.
Like Babe.
And it's got a family of other pigs that can talk. And in one of the books, the pig goes to the airport to go on a trip. And at the airport, the pig has to go through what, Martin? Security.
Yeah.
Why is there security in the Peppa Pig world? What kind of pig is out there creating crimes?
Bad pigs.
What kind of pigs are out there? Because in all of the books and
Bad
stuff that I
pigs.
saw, there were no bad pigs, so why is there security? They
Do you
had a
know-
door on their house with a handle, you could see a lock. I zoomed in, why is there a lock? Are there people coming and flogging the pigs?
Do you know who chases the pigs?
No?
Pigs.
Why are people flogging stuff from the pig's house? See, because that is a book that I would read. I would read a book about the criminals in the pig world doing that.
Of course you would.
Last bonus.
Oh no.
In Australia, we've got a show called Bluey. It is made by the ABC.
Oh,
People
this
love
won
it.
heaps of awards, eh?
Yeah.
Exported all over the world, apparently.
Okay, I'll be honest again. Haven't seen it, but I read in the newspaper a few weeks ago. Actually, this is true, mate.
Okay.
What I'm about to tell you is true.
Yep.
So Bluey, it said, was the most downloaded Australian production of all time with 650 million downloads. Mighty Car Mods has had almost 800 million. We were not mentioned.
No, we're not mentioned. Probably
Anyway,
because we're talking
Blue
rubbish
was
like
on the
this.
front page of the newspaper as the most downloaded thing.
Good
even
on
though
him.
our show's been downloaded
Australian
more.
made.
But whatever, we're not part of the mainstream media, it would seem. Anyway,
Kids show. If you've got kids and you're international, you should look at it. Apparently, it's freaking awesome.
Anyway, it's a family of dogs, and the dogs talk. And there's I don't know anything. There's a bunch of dogs. Anyway, some complaints have come in because somebody said there's not enough diversity. They wanted to see more animals. It's just they were dog washing.
Not enough dogversity.
Dog washing. Not enough dogversity.
Right.
And when I read that, do you know what I thought to myself? Dogs. What are you talking about?
Well, they're saying it's not enough Dalmatians. Is that what they're saying?
They're saying there should be more diversity in the species of dogs to better represent the diversity.
Whoa.
What is wrong
Can there
with
be
it?
diversity in something
Can't
like...
we just enjoy the
What about-
talking dogs
what about-
and the criminal pigs?
What about
Can't
Peppa
we?
Pigs? But Peppa Pigs just has pigs, right? Does
no.
Peppa Pig have any other... No, Peppa Pigs have other animals as well? Is there diversity of animals in Peppa Pig?
Well, yeah, I
Do we
think
need
so.
to Google it?
Yeah,
Okay.
wait on.
So
I think Peppa Pig has other
this
animals.
is way too deep down the rabbit hole. What
Peppa
about rabbit shows?
Pig
Do they have different rabbits?
characters.
You can't have different rabbits in rabbit shows because there's only one kind of rabbit in there.
Martin, there's a zebra.
Okay.
There's a zebra there.
Right.
So, and the zebra's called Zulu zebra.
Okay.
That seems a little...
Well,
oh, sorry, Zuzu.
We've covered the most
Zuzu
important stuff. Next up, we're going to get into fanking people.
Oh,
We're
people,
going to go
sorry.
it really
Can
matters.
we just go back a second?
God.
No, I'm sorry. Is this for real?
Yep.
Are people really spending their time worried about whether an animated dog has enough different dog species in it or not? Because they need hobbies, man. They got to get out. If this is the important issues, we're in a worrying state.
Well, look, all I would say about that is if someone spent a lot of time creating something like that, and they're creating a fictional thing, particularly it's about dogs, it's animation, it's
And it's for
clearly
kids.
It's clearly made for kids. I mean, how deep diving and analysing did we go on this? Because I imagine the guys that made that, I think the guy's last name is Brum or something. Anyway, Australian made in Brisbane. They did it all
he
from
was a
scratch.
singer of a
Good on
band,
them.
an Australian
No,
band.
the
or bass player.
no,
or
I
something.
read about this. The guy who's the dad is from the church.
Oh, is he?
Church or something, some Australian famous band. Anyway, they made this thing from scratch. They exported it. I think BBC took it and it's just massive and it's showed all over the world. It's done really
They're doing
well.
great. Let's
They've done an
celebrate
amazing
it.
thing. I
And it's Australian.
I don't imagine someone like that started a show to say, I want to prove that blue heelers are the supreme dog race. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Nobody did that. They made it because they wanted to call it Bluey and they had a blue heeler dog and they went, that's a cool look for a dog. Let's make them blue heelers. Because that's a famous Australian dog that chases sheep around. And all the dogs have different mates that are different breeds of dogs. I mean, I think maybe one of those, like that kind of news story is just designed to get people talking and clickbait, right? It has to be. Because look at us, we took the bait. We're talking shit
I
about
didn't take the bait. I just think some people are...
You're right on that.
Like,
Anyway,
they legit need to just calm down and entertain what's there because you can dive deep into anything. There's conspiracies even about Mighty Car Mods. Mighty Car Mods, what is it? It's a YouTube show about two dickheads fixing cars.
It is.
And me and him are in it sometimes too. And you know, it's like there's no deep conspiracy there. Is there?
it just started a thing.
Anyway,
Start a thing. Mate,
Martin,
good on
what's
you.
next?
Congratulations,
Sorry, I'm getting my
people who
rant
made
on. I'm
Bluey.
starting to smell
Good
like
on you.
bacon.
You made something from nothing. It exists. People all over the world get a lot of joy from it, and 3 dickheads write shit about it on the internet. Everyone else loves it. Good on you. Next up is Fanking. What have you got for us?
Fanking is the delightful art of recontextualising a product's name by taking a photo of it down near your crotch. We're just going to dive straight in with a frothy man.
Yes.
There it is.
Bunk, 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 bunk.
There it is.
Bunk, bunk.
Next up, we've got Willie's raw and unpasteurised. What is that, Martin?
Raw and unpasteurised.
No, what's Willie's?
What does it say? Is
says
it milk?
Maybe it says, it's turmeric and black pepper.
I don't want that.
I don't know what that is.
I don't want that.
Martin, we've got blue balls.
Everyone's been there.
Don't we? Easy balls. Now, the reason I think this one's interesting is the person's wearing Crocs. Great. Love
Great?
it.
Really not great. This is for another conversation about Crocs.
Martin, but planters make nuts.
There's conspiracies about Crocs. We're going to talk about that next episode. Stay tuned.
Are we? We're going to forget. But anyway.
Probably.
Planters make nuts. These are easy balls. I
Planters
don't know
make
what that
peanuts
is.
forever, dude.
But, yeah. But that's a can.
Does that say cheese-flavoured snacks?
It's cheese-flavoured snacks in a can. We do not get canned snacks in Australia.
Not really.
In Japan, you get canned wasabi peas and other stuff. When it's in a can, it's fresh as balls. Easy balls. Boom. Mega nuts. Nutty crunch.
So good.
Bird Daddy.
I don't know what that is and I don't want it.
Thick and easy.
There's a lot
Nectar.
of thanks this week.
There is. Martin, Australian bush.
Okay.
I said we were coming back to that.
Good
Remember,
thank.
if you
That's
go
a
bushwalking,
good leg spread.
Australian bush.
Yep.
Well done. Martin, we've also got, what do we got here? We've got a big stick. There we go. That's a baseball racket. Martin, this person, the reason I put this up here is because this poor chap appears to be a pole dancer, and instead of money, people give him KFC Whipettes. PP butter.
I like the fanking technique, man.
Yes. He's
Well done.
Yeah.
And you had to
he's
see,
got a
like,
thing.
you saw that. It's
Yeah,
very,
it's very clever.
The magic of fanking.
Mutton butthole bone in. Oh, that was the Fank of the Week. Sorry. But I do have one
That's
more.
very clever.
That is Fank of the Week. If that was you, if you had the bone in the butthole, good job.
Well done.
Well done. And the last one we've got
Fermenting
fermenting
cock.
cock. All right, well done. That is
Wow,
Fanking. If you
people.
would like to submit some of your, and by submit, there's no submitting process.
No, you just
put
put
them
them
on
on the thing.
Facebook and then we drag them out and show them to you on here. But you can check that out at facebook.com/Fanking. Martin,
Next
is
up,
that
it's
it?
random eat bag. We're going to eat something. It's going to be good. I'm feeling it in my bones today. Let's do it. Random eat bag is the delightful section where we eat something random. We don't know where our bag is. We lost it. It's somewhere.
Since we
Next
moved
time you see
sets,
us,
we haven't found
we're
it.
going to find that mad bag that girl gave us that we still talk about 50 episodes later.
Yeah, I know. Thank you for that, because
Good on
when
ya.
we get a gift, we really appreciate it. We
Yeah.
like it on the show. Do you want to send us something? We'll show it on the show. P.O. Box 475, Sydney Markets, New South Wales 2129.
It's on the bottom of the description.
And we will do a little unboxing of a thing. This here is a Japanese snack in the shape of a rabbit with a picture of a rabbit on it. But
Looks
do you know
like
what
a
I'm
carrot.
angry about? Not enough diversity in the animals. There's only a carrot on there and a rabbit.
A carrot's not an animal.
Anyway, I
What
want
is it, do
more
you reckon?
diversity.
Looks like breakfast cereal.
Martin, I
Looks
reckon.
like rice bubbles.
Oh, actually, I reckon it's rabbit food.
No. It's not
Dude, I
rabbit
think
food.
it's rabbit
It's
food.
not rabbit food. Oh,
Can you just hold it for a second so I can do a Google Translate on it? I'm pretty sure it's rabbit food. I don't want to eat it if it's rabbit food.
I do. I like rabbit food.
Hold on a second. Just let me camera it for a second. Here we go. I'm just going to hold that over that. And it says...
Oh, additive free.
additive free.
What's the big one say?
The big one says...
It's probably a bit too like.
Pet food only.
Oh, it does too.
So,
I think that's pet food.
anyways, Martin, let's have a go. It's very hard to get in there. I reckon you meant to leave it outside and the rabbit gets to chew through it as a kind of a... Oh,
Does it smell weird?
no, I'll tip it in.
No, I don't want you to tip it in.
Why not?
Tip it in my hand.
No.
Don't do it.
Come on, man.
No, don't do it. Let me smell it first.
No.
You can tip it if I can smell it.
Okay. All right, you get 3 sniffs.
No.
3
Just give me a
seconds.
proper sniff.
1, 2, 3. All right, open up. What do you think?
Oh, good. That tastes like fairy floss.
It's Fairy Floss flavoured rice puffs.
Yeah.
I can recommend that,
Well done, Japan.
particularly if you're a rabbit. Is
Oh.
that the show? We got no mailbag. We got no mytown.
Get some of these, people. Not often that we're impressed in random meat bag, but
That
today
actually
we are.
is really good.
Yeah,
Oh,
bloody
do you know
good
what it
one.
tastes like?
Can I pour them in?
You know, in the 80s when I'm as I'm talking,
Yeah,
yeah,
go.
it'll be awkward. You know, in the 80s when you used to get popcorn, and the popcorn had different colours and flavours.
Yeah, it tastes like that.
Tastes like that.
Well, you can't get it
popcorn.
anymore, can you?
No. Thank you very much, everybody. See you next time.
Buddy, brilliant. I'm hungry.
Unicorn Circuit. Don't forget, 10% discount on the all-new supergarage.com.au website.
Shirts are really good.
The shirts
Really
are
nice.
excellent. Use the code
Stoked.
word unicorn, and there's a link for that below. See you
I'm
next
going to
time.
drive down there right now and I'm going to fix my RX-7, people.
Great.
That's what I'm doing right now.
See you,
Pretty
people.
keen. Bye.
Unicorn Circuit.